Hello, I'm Omar, and this quick set is Own It, Attitude and Behavior at Work. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to the ABCs of building a good work ethic. Firstly, the definition of work ethic. Indeed, the recruitment brand defined it as an attitude of determination and dedication towards your job. But why is it important to build a good work ethic and have the right attitude and behavior in the workplace? A strong focus on tasks usually means a better performance, no matter how good you are naturally at a job. Without focusing on tasks at hand, it would be very difficult to work in a way that exemplifies your talent. On the opposite end of the spectrum, strong focus can help you get better at the job if you find yourself struggling. We all have incredible capabilities within us, it's just a matter of getting them out. Your ethic helps show that you are a reliable and dependable employee. No matter how good you are naturally, if your employer doesn't consider you reliable, they'll be unlikely to give you responsibilities that can aid your career development. Whilst if you aren't the best at your job, but your employer knows you are reliable and dependable, they are more likely to invest time into helping you get better as they know that you have potential. Importantly, recruiters will hire people they perceive to have a strong work ethic. This trait can be more valuable to them than natural talent. I was really keen to speak to AJ Tracey and find out his thoughts on the importance of having a good work ethic. Here's what he had to say. So, as a musician, how important is it having a good work ethic to get success in the music industry?
I think it's the number one most important thing. I think it's more important than being able to rap. I think it's more important than being able to produce, more important than being good looking or stylish or any of this stuff. I think the most important thing is your work ethic, because like a lot of our parents might have told us at home, especially if you're ethnic, it's like how hard you work, you get me? Because there's going to be someone who, while you're playing, is working, and that's the person who's going to win. And it's in every field, you get me? When I'm at the studio working, there's men them out raving and turning up, and that's why I'm where I am, and so I'm not where they are, do you get me? That's how it works though. So I feel like talent's not the main thing, man. Your work ethic is the absolute number one main thing, because I've seen people who weren't that great at rapping, but they kept at it and kept trying and kept going to studio, and they picked up bigger skill sets and they got better at rapping, and they just absorbed everything around them, and now they're really good, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that's number one, that's key.
You don't have to name any names, of course, but have there been any times where another artist's poor work ethic made it a bit hard to collaborate and make an art?
Yeah, I feel like some of the most talented artists, their work ethic's a bit lackluster, only because they know they're so good, they don't really have to try it, you know what I'm saying? And that lets them down sometimes, especially like, it's good for me because if there's like a big producer in town, especially this happened before when I was younger with a few American producers, they come over and they've got sessions with a few UK artists, and all the ones before them have been a bit like nonchalant, you know what I'm saying? They don't care, they're not really trying to work, then I turn up, I'm banging out 3, 4, 5 tracks, and they go home like, raw, so AJ's the guy then, this is the guy, do you get me? It looks good on me, so I don't mind if they want to keep doing that, but in general, I think you have to give your best foot forward every time, man. You got to set an example, because imagine if you only meet someone once ever, you got to give your best, you get me, version of yourself, because if you're never going to meet them again, then that's what you got to leave them with.
In your team, would you rather hire someone who's naturally incredibly gifted, but shows a bit of a poor work ethic, or someone who has space to grow, who's not the best at what they do, but they work hard, they really want to improve?
It depends, really. I'll be honest, that's such a open question, because it depends what it is. If I'm signing an artist, I want the raw talent, because I hope I'll be able to teach them a work ethic, you get me?
To instill that
exactly,
work ethic.
Exactly, because certain things you have to have, and if you just don't have it, if you don't have the star power, then I can't teach that to you. But you can kind of learn to work hard, you know what I'm saying? But then if it's like an office job or some sort of like sitting in the office, you get me? I need the work ethic over the talent. So it depends. Maybe I'd say I'd take half, you know what I'm saying? If I'm employing 10 people, I'd take 5 from each batch. So yeah.
For sure, man. All right, thank you very much.
Thanks
that was
for having me,
enlightening. Simply put, work ethic is a learned essence where you merge effort, attitude, and respect. Let's hear directly from our guest speaker sharing their industry expertise.
So I'm a supply chain manager at LRS, and I look after bringing the stock in from the manufacturers right through to the consumption from the consumer in all the grocery accounts and wholesale.
Why do you think having the right attitude in work is important?
I was always taught the first impression is the last impression. So having the right attitude at work, it basically tells people about you, people that you'll come into contact with regularly that you'll never see, and just your behavioral patterns, how you dress, your self-awareness, your confidence, your timekeeping. All of this speaks volumes about you as an individual, how committed you are, how much you want to grow and develop within the role that you're working for, and how reliable you are. So it's definitely key. It's part of the building blocks for work.
Would you rather hire someone that is highly talented naturally, but shows poor work ethic, or someone who has space to grow in the workplace, but shows a strong work ethic?
I would say the second one shows strong work ethic. I think that's quite similar to myself. Whereas I'm not the brightest spark, but I'm a very, very hard worker. I'm quick to learn, and I'm easily molded into any duties or any responsibilities that may come up, which is why I'm a bit of a troubleshooter. I'm used quite a lot in different areas around the business and on different brands where there's issues. I'm committed. I would work towards getting the job done. An individual, should I choose that person, I would like them to have the same kind of characteristics, and not scared of taking new opportunities on and taking risks, obviously within confines of the role. One of the main things that helped me along the way was mentor. Finding someone, a like-minded person that has probably been with the company a lot longer, that knows the ropes, that you can kind of build a strong working relationship with, that can guide you through the pitfalls of the business, show you the shortcuts in the business, allow you to grow alongside them, so you can find the best ways to go forward, and that in itself will gain you confidence. Training is always good. There's always opportunities to do additional training on your role, just in case you decide that you'd like to further yourself within that area. One that's quite controversial, but it's key, is feedback, 360 degrees feedback. Now, a lot of people frown upon it because it can get quite personal with regards to your attitude to work, and not a lot of people like being told, actually, you're doing that wrong, or you could do this better. A lot of people, most people, will probably think that it's more of an attack on them, where it's actually not. It's putting you on the right path and showing you the areas that you could improve on, which will actually allow you to excel further in the job and the role you're doing. And I think one of the key ones as an individual is understanding your own strengths and your own weaknesses, because until you can define those and understand those, then you can't fix them, or you can't excel them.
Honestly, those are fantastic answers.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for talking to us today. Let me take you through some of the theory, the ABCs of work ethics. Feel free to take notes and rate yourself on how many of these competencies you feel confident in, and share with someone you trust. Be open to their feedback. A is for appearance and attendance. B is for behavior and body language. And the C's are character and cooperation. Let us observe this employee and find out how we can help him on the A's. Yo, boss man, my bad I wasn't here yesterday. And I'm late today. Just had a lot of to do. Was a madness, know what I'm saying? Let's use this example of Omar number 2 to bring the ABCs of work ethics to life. What did you notice? Starting with the A's. Firstly, appearance. How do you present yourself? And how do you sound? Early on in a career, recruiters and managers will judge a book by its cover. Good personal hygiene is a must. Omar too, looking unkempt, can simply make others around him feel uncomfortable. It is necessary to keep a uniform in good condition and regularly washed. Ask and follow the company's dress code. And finally, whilst it may be acceptable for Omar number 2 to speak to his friends like that, many employers would not appreciate that. Ensure that how you are speaking shows respect. The second A is attendance. Now I have no doubt that Omar number 2 is talented at the job. However, watching this clip, you would not assume that. Coming late consistently can tell the employer you're not a reliable employee. Appreciate the value you bring to the organization. They need you and your skills. Otherwise, they would not have hired you. If you're meant to start work at 9 a.m., planning your journey to arrive at 9 on the dot doesn't leave room for errors. Maybe try or aim to arrive at 8:30. Now let's move on to the B's. Behavior and body language. Watch this little clip where Omar 1 goes to the library asking for advice from Omar 2, the librarian. Hi, I'm wondering if you could show me where the Harry Potter books are? Turn around, go forward for 20 yards, make a left, make a right, go past fiction, and it should be on your left. The librarian clearly hasn't watched this video, as they are lacking in the B's. So let's help them, shall we? Having behavior that is inviting and an attitude that is positive and shows determination is vital. Good behavior towards work can draw positive reactions not just from co-workers, but from management and customers as well. You could imagine the customer not coming to this library again due to their perception. The second B is body language. How we look whilst doing our job means a lot. A smile on your face can go a very long way to making customers or colleagues feel at ease. And small things like a crossed arm and a frown can make others feel like you don't want to help them. Good eye contact is key. Finally, the C's, character and cooperation. It's very important to show good character in the workplace, and this covers a variety of different aspects: honesty, respect, and dependability. A strong work ethic reflects who you are as a person to the professional world. Showing that you're an employee one can depend on and are reliable in your work can greatly boost career prospects, as employees will look to you when assigning new responsibilities. And realistically, only employees who can handle responsibilities will be promoted in their workplace. Let us look at a clip which I am sure a lot of you might relate to. Oh my God, I absolutely love your hair. I'm gonna touch it. It is clear that this did not come from a place of ill intentions. However, it is important to respect the limits of people and not to overstep your boundaries. The UK is a melting pot of many different religions, races, and sexual orientations. You may be exposed to groups that in your local communities you do not have. And curiosity might make you want to learn more, but always make sure you are doing it in a respectful way. The final C is cooperation. The ability to accept criticism is very important in improving as an employee. It's important to know that being criticized does not necessarily mean your employer considers you a bad employee, but it's simply showing you how to improve. Work can be a stressful environment, and conflicts may arise with co-workers. Individuals can get a bit emotive and almost a bit rude with close friends during conflicts. However, the same cannot occur in the workplace. Like communication, one must be able to deal with issues in a calm, objective manner, as emotive arguments can lead to escalating issues with management. Maintaining a good relationship with co-workers is also important. They don't need to be your best friends, but any unnecessary friction will slow the team down. You might end up working with people you don't get along with, but it's important to show restraint and self-control, as they're still members of the team. Thank you for listening. These were the ABCs of work ethic. Some of the points covered are easier to put into practice than others. Stay focused, be open to change. However, stay true to yourself and own it. I end with a recommendation and a quote. I recommend watching 2 Apprentice Nation sets on setting you up for success and stepping out of your comfort zone. And my closing quote is from Anthony Joshua. Stop wondering if you are good enough. Know you are and start acting like it.